I'm going to be using this and this to create this. Welcome back to another video on Turban Outfitter. My name is Manveer, and you guys guessed it, today's going to be another Diwali video. So I hope you guys enjoyed my last video. I showed you guys 3 easy DIYs you guys can do with your family. Today, I'm going to be showing you 3 easy recipes you can make for Diwali at home. I don't know about you, but my favorite mithai is gulab jamuns. And for those who don't know, they're basically these deep fried brown balls of sugary goodness. So if I told you guys can make those round delectable treats with just this, here's how. So in a pan over high heat, you're going to add 4 cups of water. And to give it a little bit of flavoring, you're going to add in a splash of rose water. And to sweeten things up, you're going to add 2 cups of white sugar. No brown desi stuff in this. It'll just make everything dirty in the chasni. And you're not going to stir this, you're just going to let it boil. Here I have 8 slices of white bread. I decrusted them and put them in the food processor to get crumbs that look like this. And in order to make this into a dough, I'm going to be adding cream, mixing that through, kind of rehydrating the crumbs, and trying to knead it into a dough. And it should end up looking a little something like this. It should be quite a nice dough. And so once you have that, then you can roll it up into small balls. Make them fairly small because the gulab jamuns are going to end up multiplying in size once you get them into the sugar syrup. So now that these are ready for frying, I'm going to fry them in medium-high heat with my sugar syrup ready to go in the back. So I'm not going to put too much of a dark color on them, and as soon as I get them out of the oil, I'm putting them straight in the syrup. So once they're in the sugar syrup, make sure they stay there for a few hours, preferably overnight. The longer they're in there, the more the syrup is going to get absorbed into them. Make sure you keep them in the refrigerator, and they're going to be good for about a week. And how can any festival be complete without any fried savory sweets? So I'm going to be showing you guys the traditional way of making pakode and the non-traditional way of making matri. You don't need to fuss around with flour and oil and salt. You just need this. So here I have 2 small potatoes, nothing fancy. I'm not even going to peel them. I just washed them thoroughly though. So I'm going to slice them nice and fine so they'll cook in the oil. I'm going to place them in this bowl, and I'm also going to take half of a small red onion, and I'm going to, I think they call it julienne, but I don't know. I'm gonna slice it into small little stick things. I'm gonna put that in the bowl as well, and I'm gonna add some baby spinach to that, and to that I'm gonna add about half a cup of besan, and also to that I'm gonna add some cumin, some garam masala, some red chili powder, some salt, and then I'm gonna add yogurt. And I'm going to keep adding that until it's a consistency that coats all of the mixture. And for the matri, I'm going to take tortilla, and I'm going to use a pizza cutter to cut it into a diamond pattern. And so you can also stack multiple tortillas together like I am here to cut them out. So again, over medium-high heat, I'm going to fry the matri. This doesn't take long. As soon as you get a golden brown color, pull them out, and then you're going to want to immediately hit them with some salt and chaat masala. And you're going to do the same thing with the pakode. Put them in and give them a nice color over medium-high heat. And as soon as you pull them out, you're going to want to hit them with chaat masala. You don't need to put salt on them since we already put salt in the actual besan. So kalakand is something that my BG used to make. She used to make it actually in the microwave. So I'm going to be showing you guys a stovetop recipe, but this same recipe can be adopted into the microwave. So if you are a student and you're stuck in the dorm rooms and you don't have a stovetop and you don't have access to any Indian sweet shops, you guys can make this recipe just in your microwave. So here it is. So you're going to start with 1 cup of finely grated paneer here. You're going to add that into the kadahi. And then here I have 3/4 of a cup of dry milk powder. Three-fourths of a cup of whipping cream. Some people call it heavy cream. Then I have about 1/3 of a cup of white sugar. And so I'm going to place these all into the kadahi, and you're going to stir it over medium heat. And you're going to have to continuously stir this until you get a consistency that you want. That word. So just keep stirring, and you're going to want to stir it until it looks like this. It starts to come together and it comes off the sides. So you're going to take a greased baking tray that you had prepared before. You're going to pour the mixture in, and you're going to just form it around a bit. Once this is cooled, you're going to cut it into squares. Before that, I'm giving it a little bit of texture on top, and I'm going to garnish it with some pistachios. This tray was a bit big for my needs, but I made it work. While this is a stovetop recipe, as I said, you guys can make this in the microwave. You just combine all your ingredients in a Pyrex dish, throw it into the microwave, and you blitz it for about 1.5 to 2 minutes at a time. You stir it after each blitz. And then the great thing about making it in the microwave is that once it's the right consistency, you don't need to pour it anywhere. You just leave it in the Pyrex dish, and then you make your cuts and you're ready to go. And what festival is complete without rasgulle? I don't know about you, but I grew up with the pink rasgulle, so I'm going to be making pink ones today for you guys. So you're going to start by taking 1 liter of homogenized milk, or some people call it full fat milk, and I'm slowly adding in food coloring because you can always add more, but you can't take away too much. And I'm just going to let it come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, you're going to take your lemon water, which is 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 3 tablespoons water, and gradually add that in. And once you get it all in, you're going to see that the milk starts to curdle. So the separation of the curds from the whey, so those curds are called chana. So you see a really nice chana formation here. And then you're going to take that chana and you're going to strain it into a cheesecloth. Make sure you rinse out the chana so that the lemon taste gets out. And you're going to squeeze out that extra water. Be careful not to squeeze too much. And you're going to hang it up to dry for about 35 minutes. So you can just let that drip over your faucet. And then after 35 minutes, you can pull it out of the cheesecloth, and now you're going to start kneading it. And you're going to knead it until it starts to come together. It depends on the fat content in your milk. Sometimes it'll come together by itself, but I had to add about like a teaspoon of all-purpose flour just to bring it together, which is no biggie. And once it's the right consistency, which is like nice and smooth but still grainy, you're going to make it into small balls. Again, like with the gulab jamuns, these will increase in size once you get into the jasni. So just make them small and try not to put too many cracks in them. And then you're going to take the same recipe for the syrup that we made with the gulab jamuns, but this time you're going to bring it to a roaring boil, and you're going to add in the gulab jamuns, and you're going to cover this, and you're going to cook it over high heat for 2 minutes, and then a medium heat for 13 minutes. And then after that, you're just going to leave them do not lift up the lid, and just leave them be in the hot syrup for a few hours. Once the skuli are done, make sure you keep them in the water. Don't eat them right away because they will not be able to hold their shape. Keep them in the water for about 3 or 4 hours, ideally overnight. In fact, if you leave them overnight and then you refrigerate them, the next day they'll be even better because they'll be nice, firm, and spongy. So I showed you guys individually how to make all those things. Here is how the entire spread looks. As you can see, it's super easy and affordable to make these things at home. In fact, I think it's better to make these things at home because I don't believe that the physical ingredients are the only thing that go into the food. Your intentions, your emotions, that festive feeling all get imbued into that food. And with that, I hope you and your family have a very happy, prosperous, and blessed Diwali, Deepavali, and Bandi Chhod Divas, whatever it may be that you celebrate. May your lives be filled with light, happiness, and love. Diwali ਅਤੇ ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਵਸ ਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈ. Have a great day, you guys.